Assalamu alaikum. Hello and welcome to the Mansuri Show. I'm your host, Arif Mansuri, and today I'm at the Embassy of Pakistan in Washington, D.C., and it's my distinct honor and pleasure to have the Ambassador of Pakistan to United States, Honorable Rizwan Saeed Sheikh Saab. Sir, first of all, I'd like to welcome you to the Mansuri Show.
Thank you. It's always nice to be with you.
Sir, I have had the pleasure of interviewing you for the Mansuri Show and Pakistan Link, Urdu Link newspapers several times. I think this is my fifth time. And your interviews are really very popular with the ARY audience and the Pakistan Link and Urdu Link. Actually, in fact, sir, one of your interviews hit more than 1.5 million likes on YouTube. So first of all,
I have to admit that it is distinctly because of your good looks.
Thank you, sir. You're so kind, sir. I'm so grateful for all your support and kindness. Tonight, I'm going to ask Ambassador Sheikh to tell a story, Pakistan's story, and what a remarkable story it is. 18 months ago, few could have imagined this moment, yet here we are. Pakistan's praised on the floor of the United States Congress by President Trump, elected to UN Security Council with an overwhelming mandate, received at the highest levels of the White House, and trusted by great powers to help broker peace between America and Iran. This is not a string of lucky headlines. This is a transformation, and behind it lies deliberate choices, bold strategy, hard-won diplomacy, and real economic progress that have lifted Pakistan's standing in ways the world is only beginning to grasp. And there is no one better to tell this story than the man who helped write it. As Pakistan's chief representative in Washington, Ambassador Sheikh has not merely watched history unfold from the front row. He has been one of the architects who, helped write this history. So tonight, we reclaim our narrative. We tell our story in our own words, on our own terms, because this is a story every Pakistani can take pride in, and one the world deserves to hear. Mr. Ambassador, let me begin by asking you about this remarkable turnaround. Since the start of 2025, Pakistan has gone from the margins of Washington's attention to its inner circle. From your seat here in DC, how do you explain such a dramatic shift in so short a span?
Well, thank you, Mansuri sir. I think you have already cited some of the important events and strategies that have gone into it. But the fact remains that Pakistan is an important country in a highly significant and strategically significant part of the world. Our geography has made us significant to the extent that it was around the establishment of Pakistan that none other than the founder of our nation, Quaid-e-Azam, mentioned in an interview to a popular magazine even at that time that Pakistan will be the pivot of the world.
Right.
So because of his foresight, because of his understanding of the geography in which Pakistan was created, none other than the architect himself pronounced, based on his conclusion with regard to the future of Pakistan, that since its geography lends it a geostrategic significance that will translate into geopolitical significance and geoeconomic poise and geoeconomic dividends, hopefully. He mentioned that it would continue to be the pivot of the world, and that is what has been unfolding since the birth of Pakistan, but maybe on a fast track since last year, as you have mentioned. because the turn of events brought us at the center stage on multiple occasions.
Yes.
I mean, for instance, that has been the history of US-Pakistan relations. Our relations are as old as Pakistan itself as a nation state is, because 3 days short of even our birth as a nation, Qaid-e-Azam received a letter from President Truman of the United States. So it was again a recognition of the geopolitical, geostrategic significance of Pakistan, and since then we have had periods of very, very cordial and close relations, when Pakistan certainly found itself at the center of global attention and global action that needed to be taken for reasons of not just bilateral significance between Pakistan and the United States, but for significance beyond bilateral ties. And each time we have partnered together over the past now almost 8 decades, it has been consequential, it has been successful, and it has been successful beyond the bilateral domain. It has been successful for the whole wide world, whether it is, the alliances that we had in the formative years of Pakistan, or the Afghan
Right.
jihads that we have had, Afghan wars that we have had, the first one, the second one. We have come together and we have made difference for our common objectives and our common interests and our common concerns, but also for the whole wide world. And that's how the Pakistan's diplomacy and diplomatic effort has also been unfolding. I mean, it has come to the center stage in this episode because it is more of an interconnected world today than
Right.
it was, for instance, in early 70s, when we played a similar role between the two current major economic powers, United States and China.
Right.
Our geography, our foreign policy of maintaining balance, retaining balance, and being able to not create controversies, not be part of controversies, to respect red lines of all our partners in diplomacy. We conducted international relations since the very beginning on the cardinal principles of international relations or interstate relations.
Right.
So that was one prime example where Pakistan was trusted by both China and United States to provide the conduit, to be the mediator, and it was successful. And it has been consequential beyond,
Right.
what one can fathom
Right.
in terms of its usefulness, its efficacy for the world. But that was a time when the communications were not as swift, as impactful, as meaningful as they are today.
Right.
We have too many media, we have the print, electronic, social media,
Yeah.
and multiple channels of communication, multiple avenues of communication. So today, being part of the communication network that Pakistan is today, a beneficiary of this interconnectivity, starting from last year, the Marka-e-Haq that we
Yes.
conducted, following the aggression that was imposed on us. We never asked for it. We actually tried to make them stop short of that. But still they went ahead on a flimsy ground, on a presumptuous pretext. And then Pakistan, made itself count in terms of defending its
Yes.
geographical and ideological frontiers. And that is when the world recognized that this is how a modern nation state should, can, and be able to guard its ideology, its frontiers, both in conceptual terms, not being interested in aggression, as well as practical terms, that trying to make a point well made trying to clearly, unambiguously inform the arch rival and the world that this kind of adventurism in the first instance should not be undertaken in a nuclear armed neighborhood, and in case it is undertaken, then there is no dearth of either the resolve or the capacity or the capability to teach lessons that would be remembered, should be remembered, and at least should lead to not repeating the kinds of mistakes that led to it.
So you mentioned Marka-e-Haq, and you're absolutely right. That was, that 4-day conflict changed the global perspective about Pakistan. There's, a controversy. There was a request for ceasefire on behalf of India by United States. And you happen to be the one that received that call from the U.S. State Department, requesting the ceasefire. I think it's the 10th of May. I'd like to ask you if you can share the account of what it was like at that time.
Well, it was one important night, the night between 9th and 10th of May here.
Right.
And certainly early hours of morning in our part of the world, in South Asia. As you would recall that almost a quarter to 4 hours, 3.5 hours, Operation Bunyanum Marsus was conducted by our security forces. And where they only hit the military targets, from where either the hostilities against Pakistan were being planned or conducted or were likely to be conducted. And it was as a direct consequence of that operation, which really hit hard, that here in Washington, the US government conducted a diplomatic effort, and they contacted us, in the evening of 9th and 10th of, in the evening of 9th of May.
I see.
And thereby a process was started that lasted for the whole night here.
Oh, is that right?
There were high-level contacts during that night between our leadership in Pakistan and the US leadership here, and certainly with the Indian leadership as well, because this was a conciliatory effort being conducted by the United States under direct supervision of President Trump. And I think the best evidence of what went on that night was clear that in the sense that and through the fact that it was President Trump who broke the news to the world through a tweet by saying that at 7:30 hours Eastern Time, that was 16:30 hours Pakistan time, the ceasefire would come into force. So it was a night of intense diplomacy conducted between Washington, Islamabad, and Delhi, and it was a peace brokered by President of the United States. There have been certainly, as you have alluded to, attempts of defying it, denying it. But my question would be that how would the President know of it and announce it had he not been in picture? Actually, it was under his direct supervision that his team, including the Vice President J.D. Vance, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, was in contact with Pakistan's leadership and the Indian leadership, their respective counterparts. So, as the ambassador, of course, in Washington.
Yes.
I was part of this equation, this fast evolving situation, and it's good that we were able to establish peace.
Right.
Because again, you cannot overemphasize the fact, and it was proven in those almost 87, 88 hours,
Right.
that such adventurism is not permissible, should not be allowed, cannot be accommodated in that neighborhood.
Mr. Ambassador, thank you so much for setting the record straight. India has denied that they sought help from the United States, but the record is so clear. And thank you so much for sharing your personal, experience in that, ceasefire. You've mentioned the U.S. The relationship that U.S. and Pakistan have is a long-term relationship. The United States is celebrating on 4th of July, just a few days from now, the 250th anniversary of its independence. Now, Pakistan has some 79 years of relationship with the United States. So I'd like to ask you if you could please describe the state of the relationship, and where do you see this going forward? I mean, recently the U.S.-Pakistan relationship has seen a major upswing or uptick. Where do you see the relationship now, and where do you see this going? And what are we doing as a Pakistan ambassador, you're doing for the anniversary of United States in a few days?
Well, first of all, it is as a friend of United States and a friend since the very inception of our independent existence as a nation state. Pakistan and Pakistanis, through our embassy here, and on behalf of the government and people of Pakistan, we would want to offer heartiest facilitations to the government and people of United States in celebrating 250 years of independence during this, quarter of a millennium. Certainly, United States has been in the forefront of protecting the ideals of democracy, human rights, rule of law, good governance, and it has not only been safeguarding these noble traditions and ideals for itself, but has certainly been, helping to promote them in the rest of the world. And Pakistan also has a similar genesis as United States, because our country was also created as a consequence of a heroic effort of 7 years, maybe even more, but at least 7 years from the passage of Lahore Resolution to the final partition of the subcontinent into Pakistan and India in August 1947. So we have common ideals.
Right.
We have had a long-standing relationship, as you have mentioned. It has seen its twists and turns, its ups and downs, its crests and troughs, but it has survived multiple, not just one or two, multiple tests of times. So there have been periods of not so close relations. There have been claims of estrangement between Pakistan and United States, but each time the relationship, the partnership has bounced back because it is founded on certain cardinal principles of coming together, staying together, and working together for the attainment of common objectives and addressing common concerns and working for common interests. The current period. Well, The current period may not be the best of times as yet because our relationship has seen better times. But perhaps we can make a comment. As an ambassador, I have been saying that, and I believe it's the true depiction of the situation, that while our relationship has seen better times, seen the best of times, it has never ever been so good looking. It really, really looks good.
Certainly.
But that is not sufficient. We have to make good on what looks good. And that is where the effort has not ended, it has only commenced. Because the opportunity presents itself here and now. And we have to go and get it. The best underwriting of any bilateral relationship in today's world is economic content.
Right.
Investment, trade, commerce. Any variant of economic relations between the two countries of which we can sow the seeds today. We may not be there. I may not be there as an ambassador. We may not even be there as a generation during the multiple harvesting seasons that it can see. But it is important to seize the moment and work on developing these ties which would survive tenures of ambassadors, which would survive administrations on the US side, which would survive governments on Pakistani side. It would be people to people. It would be amongst and driven by the private sectors. And it would continue to unfold in terms of dividends, mutually rewarding dividends for both sides. So that is the order of the day, so as to say. That is the situation that presents itself today, and it's here and now. The action is today. So it's almost a few days back we had the official start of summer in United States.
Yes.
I think it starts on the 21st of June.
I think so.
21st of June is the official start of summer. So this is going to be a summer of content, not like discontent,
Right.
like the Shakespearean discontent. It is going to be summer of economic content.
So let me ask you this. So, and you said that in order for this relationship that United States and Pakistan are enjoying, you said it's a really beautiful. It may not be the best in all times, but it's really really a great relationship. And moving forward, you described that the only way moving forward to strengthen and grow this and continue has sustainability is economic ties, people to people ties. Now there's some sectors mention that investment in Pakistan requires some mechanism for an international mediation and some system where the foreign investors are comfortable. I'd like your views about these mechanisms or vehicles to support investment in Pakistan from the United States or from other places.
Well, Pakistan not only has perhaps the best investment regime in regional and broader regional terms on paper. For a while, it has been there for quite a few years. But in recent times, it has been institutionalized, where we have created the Special Investment Facilitation Council over the past almost 3 years. This council, it was established in June 2023. I think 19th of June, precisely as I recall, because I was part of the council representing Ministry of Foreign Affairs from day one until I left for this assignment to United States. So the council is empowered fully to take all measures that can facilitate investment in terms of the overall policy framework as well as in terms of the concessions that can be afforded on a perhaps even, if required, case-to-case basis. But you have alluded to, a broader issue of trust building in the system
Right.
when it comes to, dispute settlement, as if I understood your question
Yes.
correctly.
Absolutely.
Yes, that kind of confidence has to be created to attract investment in Pakistan. And I'm sure if there are certain quarters who have any ideas in this regard, or even by studying other such models that may be there in the broader region. For instance, I understand that there is one model that has been successfully operational in recent times in Kazakhstan.
I see.
There is one in Malaysia. So, at least in these two cases, we have had good results. So, by studying these models, by consulting our prospective investment partners, we certainly would be receptive. SIFC would be receptive. Our receptacles, like the ones here embassy in Washington, would certainly be able to transmit the ideas that can be put forth in this regard. And we are willing, we are listening, we have a good system in place. We are able to reform it, to improve it on the go, because it is cliched, it is well known, it's a universal truth that improvement is always a fact of life that can take place in any system. I mean, human efforts are never perfect. Perfection is a divine attribute.
Absolutely.
And we stand to improve ourselves through consultations, through feedbacks, through responses, through requests. So Pakistan is open for business with open arms, open eyes, open ears, and open mindset.
So Pakistan's story has, a lot of remarkable, things that, we've talked about some of these things, and like you said, Pakistan is open for business with open arms. So one of the things that comes to mind is Pakistan's football. Our FIFA World Cup 2026 and the past four, World Cups. They've used Pakistan's football, which is really a big honor for Pakistan, because Pakistan is one of the largest exporter of the football made in Sialkot by Forward Sports, and there's many other sports goods and surgical goods. Can you please tell us about how has that improved Pakistan's image in the world, having that type of a reach into a major sports event, global event?
Again, it is a connectivity issue. As you have mentioned, that past four World Cups at least have been played with the football made in Pakistan.
Yes.
But since this time it is taking place in Canada, Mexico, and United States, so it has received more media attention, publicity through the different variants of media, and it has really taken center stage that the football that the World Cup or the world plays with is made in Pakistan. And you have mentioned Forward Sports. Forward Sports is just one of the many industrial outfits in the city of Sialkot. The same city, for more than a century now, even before the establishment of Pakistan, the inception of Pakistan as an independent nation state, has been known for not just footballs, sports goods, sports gear, sportswear at large, as well as surgicals. So this time, since it has gained more publicity, it is again an opportunity to capitalize on this and inform the world about Pakistan's industrial capacity. I mean, footballs is just one thing and one World Cup.
Right.
Yes, it is current now, and perhaps it will again take a backstage when this World Cup ends, and until the next again comes online, and we will find another Pakistani variant of football being part of the next World Cup. But the reality is larger than that. Not just in sports gear, but it is overwhelming in case of surgicals.
Of course.
I keep repeating myself that if there is a surgery taking place anywhere in the world right now, there is an overwhelming, and I choose my words carefully, an overwhelming possibility that the knife, the scalpel, the scissor, whatever you have as a surgical instrument in that surgery is made in Pakistan, in Sialkot, or the 100 kilometer radius that is called the broader Sialkot area, where this industry, in a cottage industry form, is situated for more than a century. It may have a different stamp of made in Germany and
right.
etc.
It's made in Sialkot.
It is actually made in Sialkot.
That's
because
impressive.
this industry has institutionalized itself, entrenched itself, particularly in terms of the work that has to be performed by hand, by artisans that have been doing it for at least 2-3 generations and have perfected that art of producing it. That is there. So this is our opportunity to, promote and project,
right,
and protect.
Of course.
The brand made in Pakistan through this opportunity of Soccer World Cup 2026, FIFA World Cup 2026, that presents itself in terms of the world knowing the Pakistani artists through the football. And by the way, this is state-of-the-art football.
Yeah, it has a chip in it.
It has a chip that can transmit images at a supersonic speed, at the speed of light almost. I mean,
that's amazing.
It's amazing. And I'm told that in each stadium there are 12 cameras where the games are being played that keep capturing it and informing the referee through the microphone, the communication system in his ears, if a foul takes place. So no offsides this in this World Cup. And the message, whether it is football, whether it is sports gear, whether it is surgicals, whether it is other stuff, manpower that Pakistan can produce, that we want to send to the world, is that through this football, Pakistan wants to inform that we are ready to play ball.
Actually, that's very well said. And Pakistan, like you mentioned, has an enormous human resources. I mean, very large population is under 30 and speak very good English. And besides the manpower, we have, like, for example, cotton. We are second largest exporter of cotton. And we have so much to offer to the world, in terms of IT and other fields. But I'd like to now very briefly touch upon Pakistan's role as a mediator in the Iran, conflict, U.S.-Iran-Israel conflict. So Pakistan enjoys a very unique position in the world, where it has relationship with the United States and the other major powers, as well as Iran and the Middle East. And for the first time since 1979, Pakistan was able to bring the high-level officials from the United States and Iran to Islamabad on April 11 for negotiations. So I'd like to ask you, how do you see Pakistan's role as a global mediator, a very credible, very, has a tremendous influence? How do you see that in the global perspective?
Well, certainly this is the talk of the town, the talk of the day in global politics. But as I mentioned earlier, it has been founded in, or it has been presenting itself through a tradition of consistent diplomatic effort where Pakistan maintained a balance in its foreign relations, a delicate balance over decades. And it was a result of that balance that when there was a search of a mediator who could conduct this highly sensitive, as delicate as the world has ever seen diplomatic effort, the trust was reposed in Pakistan and our leadership actually by both the conflicting parties. So Iran could trust Pakistan, United States could trust Pakistan. And that was the first part. The more difficult part was how to conduct this diplomacy in a meaningful, in a result-oriented, in a consequential fashion. And I think that has been a masterclass that the world has been witness to.
Of course.
It has been conducted directly by our leadership, with the leadership of the two conflicting parties. So our civil military leadership has directly been in contact starting from April, the Islamabad meeting in April. And since that particular effort of bringing the two conflicting parties together after 47 years was so significant in its own right in terms of atmospherics, in terms of optics, in terms of substance, that despite the intervening period of over 3 months, more than 100 days, perhaps, actually no, 2 months, 2 months between April and June. The 100 days plus was the overall, tenure or duration of the conflict itself. During this period, the importance, the significance of Islamabad was not lost, and the MOU was accorded the nomenclature of Islamabad. So, firstly, it was the confidence reposed. Secondly, it was based on that confidence and through consultations with multiple partners. There is R4, the regional 4 countries, Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, Turkey and Egypt. There are other consultations with powers that you have alluded to, major powers. So it was through, yes, Pakistan was maybe the chief coordinator. On multiple occasions, both sides reiterated confidence in Pakistan that Pakistan is the principal mediator, but we, in terms of, again, a consistency, a continuation of our diplomatic tradition, kept consulting parties, kept informing our partners in the broader world, in the broader region, of what was going on to be able to get the confidence of all who were impacted, and it was hardly anybody who was not impacted.
Of course.
Because it's not just the political fallout, the economic fallout of this conflict was certainly impacting lives and livelihoods on the planet, the whole of the planet. I mean, look at the oil prices.
Of course.
So energy costs going up, hardly anybody in the today's world could be left out in terms of not bearing the brunt of it, or not, feeling it in their respective households or daily lives. So that's what the significance was, and that's why it was important to take everybody along and conduct this exercise. Finally, the MOU was signed in resurgence talk.
Right.
And now there is a 60-day period.
Yes.
The discussions stand to continue. Pakistan, as the chief coordinator, the principal mediator, stays there in the equation. But again, there are others because now the issues have to be finalized in terms of technical discussions, nitty-gritty. So 3 technical groups have been formed already. They should start operating in a matter of days. And there will be progress, hopefully, because a good part of the discussions on these matters has taken place. There have been a few teething problems, as we have seen,
Right.
with some transgressions of with
Right.
regard to the ceasefire from both the conflicting parties. They have ended.
So,
And there has been, again, a situation in southern Lebanon
right.
that again has been brought to a halt.
Right.
There have been some consultations in the broader region. The GCC ministerial was significant. So it's an ongoing process, and the
course.
next 60 days are important.
Of course.
As
Mr.
the second
Ambassador,
phase.
So thank you so much for highlighting Pakistan's tremendous contribution to this process. And, I personally believe that Pakistan, stopped the Third World War primarily through its, role in this process. In June 2025, President Trump hosted Field Marshal Asim Munir for lunch at the White House. This was the first time a sitting US president received a serving Pakistani army chief who wasn't also head of state. How significant was that break from protocol, and what did it represent?
I think it was a diplomatic facet because you are focusing on the commencement. Look at how far it has come.
Of course.
So that was the beginning of a diplomatic act of ultimate significance because that meeting translated into confidence building, trust building at a swift pace. It translated into realization of Pakistan's geopolitical, geostrategic significance by the administration. And it was to the extent that they certainly decided to make use of what Pakistan could offer through its civil military leadership in terms of mediating on behalf of the whole wide world, and with a result that is for everybody to see and continues even as we speak. So it was one important milestone in our bilateral relationship with positive consequences. And that's how it should be viewed, certainly with the advantage of 2020 hindsight.
Mr. Ambassador, let me ask you about the bigger picture. The trade deals, the critical minerals, a reset with Washington, a seat at the Security Council, a peacemaker between great powers. Each of these alone would be remarkable. Together, they tell a story, and I believe it tells the story to the world that this is not the Pakistan it thought it knew. Ambassador Saab, when the world steps back and sees the full picture, what is it that they are witnessing? And what is the real story of Pakistan at this moment?
Let me use your words. You said the world rediscovered Pakistan. There is a reset in the relationship. There are opportunities for cooperation, multiple avenues of collaboration. With our youthful population, IT would continue to be the most significant element of any futuristic bilateral, multilateral engagement, regional engagement of Pakistan. There are other avenues of trade, commerce, investment, economics. But you said that this is not the Pakistan that the world knew.
Right.
That's what you said. Let me say that you are right. The world knew the Pakistan that was not understood in its proper perspective. Now is the time to get away from the Pakistan that the world knew and move to Pakistan that the world would want to know. And that is significant.
Of course.
It's a time to change perceptions, rightfully so. Pakistan is the same country. It has been the same country, same location, same geography, same geopolitical, geostrategic, geoeconomic significance, with a security policy pivot on geoeconomics. We have a current national security policy in vogue. It stands to be revised later this year. But in its current form, the foreign policy pivot is on geoeconomics.
Right.
The world didn't know much about it. Now they have come to know because they have seen Pakistan's balancing act in the region, Pakistan's utility as a country in the region,
Right.
as a power that not only can safeguard its own frontiers, but can contribute to peacemaking. We have been from day one been part of peacekeeping
Right.
around the world. Now we have proven our utility practically in peacemaking. So this is the time to get away, move away from the world that Pakistan knew and look out for the world, find the world, help the world discover the Pakistan that they would want to know.
Very well said, sir. Ambassador Saab, as someone who has not only witnessed this transformation from the front, but has also personally contributed to Pakistan's historic rise, what has been the most rewarding moment for you, representing Pakistan in Washington during this extraordinary chapter?
Certainly, representing my country in this most important capital of the world is a matter of honor in its own. It's a distinct honor. It's something that that cannot be paralleled. It's a win in itself, a satisfaction in itself. By far, it stands out in my career as it would stand out in anybody's career. But it's important to look back. I think in terms of perhaps our first interview in November 2024.
Yes, sir. It was.
So I landed here in Washington on 20th of August 2024. And how far the relationship has come
Right.
is actually unbelievable. It has been, alhamdulillah, through effort that has gone into it. I mean, from day one, I have been trying to convince my US partners and interlocutors, and I believe that has now finally sunk in and set in, that as 250 million people, Pakistan deserves a lens of its own, a relationship on its own merit, not to be looked at through the lens of India, China, Afghanistan, Iran, GCC, any other lens. 250 million, the world's fifth largest population and ascendant. We'll settle finally at number 3 in terms of population, given the population growth rate that we want to harness. But as of now, it looks that in about 2 decades' time, we will settle at number 3. So relationship between two mega countries, two big populations amongst the top 5 already, and not likely to change in hundreds of years, is not a matter of choice. It's an imperative, it's a compulsion, it's a dictate of history, geography, strategy, economics, politics. So that is what has been the main argument here in Washington. And the way events have unfolded around it over the past almost 21 months now, with results that speak for themselves, is utterly satisfying, is immensely satisfying at a personal, professional, national level. But there is a lot that needs to be done. The work is still cut out. I think the best days are still ahead of us.
I
And
believe
it's
so.
yet to come.
I believe so.
So fingers crossed and marching forward.
So I believe that you have every right to be very proud. See, from August.
I am not proud, I am satisfied.
Satisfied, yes, sir. So since August of 2024 to June of 2026 now, under U.S. stewardship in Washington, D.C., the U.S.-Pakistan relationships have just, turned around 180 degree. There's a tremendous, this transformation is just so remarkable. And I believe that this is not just a coincidence. There's a lot of strategy, very meticulous planning, superb execution. So this is, a culmination of a lot of effort. And, of course, I commend you for all that you have done. Sir, I would like to ask you at the end if you have a message for our viewers on the Mansuri show.
I have a message for all Pakistanis, particularly Pakistani Americans. And I just said that I am for now satisfied, but I want to be proud, and it can only come through a team effort, through a wholesome effort, a holistic effort, particularly by Pakistani Americans, the diaspora that we have. They are the best asset for our bilateral relations going forward, for me as an ambassador, for my predecessors, for my successors as ambassadors. This is the best asset that we have. So if Pakistan-US relations improve, the principal beneficiaries would be
The
Pakistani Americans.
Of course.
Because it's a source of their identity. It would continue to be so for the next, not just foreseeable future, forever, because they are part of the US statistics, US data as Pakistani Americans.
So as individuals, what can Pakistanis do?
Well,
Pakistani
this
American.
is the opportunity. I have been, and allow me to digress in Urdu, because it is perhaps the meaning is not easy to translate, because it rhymes as well in Urdu, कि इस वक्त हमारे पास मकबूलियत भी है और कबूलियत भी है.
Of course. Well said.
दोनों चीजें.
Well said.
So the principal beneficiaries should be Pakistani Americans. They should spearhead the private sector effort, the people-to-people effort, the relations that they can establish, not just by investing and through money, but investing through their expertise, through their respective contributions, even as women in household to Pakistan. It's a world where distances don't matter. There are multiple channels available to contribute. So Pakistani Americans should take the lead.
Okay.
They are the principal beneficiaries. There is every logical reason for them to situate themselves at the center of this endeavor to enhance the economic content in particular, but overall content, the substance of bilateral relations. I said already that it's a summer of economic content.
Right.
So let's start this summer, and let's find ourselves in a situation that we are able to look back with pride.
Ambassador Saab, thank you so much. In a single conversation, you have shown that Pakistan's rise is no coincidence. It is not an accident of headlines, but the work of vision, strategy, and resolve. And if the last 18 months are any measure, Pakistan's greatest chapter may still be unwritten. Thank you so much for your time, and it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all the time we have. Thank you for joining us. Please keep watching Mansuri Show on ARY. Please keep sending us your feedback, your comments at the address on your screen. Please keep reading Pakistan Link, Urdu Link, and above all, please stay connected with Pakistan. Assalamu alaikum.
Parents, show your love with Tahir Halal Kids multivitamin gummies, made in the USA and certified halal. Delicious and packed with essential vitamins, these gummies keep your little ones healthy, happy, and full of energy. No fuss, just fun, because good health should taste great. Tahir Halal. Love, nutrition, and care in every bite.
ताहिर प्रोडक्ट्स आपके खानदान की सेहत के लिए बेहतरीन हलाल विटामिन्स और सप्लीमेंट्स, खालिस, मियारी और फखर के साथ अमेरिका में तैयार करदा।
Kaba Fusion is a pharmacist-owned, patient-focused team of professionals with over 30 years' experience providing intravenous medication to patients in the comfort of their own home. Founded by Dr. Sohail Masood, Kaba Fusion has 7 state-of-the-art pharmacies located across the country. Visit us at kabafusion.com to learn more about the benefits of in-home infusion therapy.